Limitations. Did you know that if you fight for your limitations, you're going to win and you're going to be able to keep your own limitations? You know, we all have limitations. Personally, I don't have a great memory, but I've learned how to overcome this limitation of mine by being extra organized. I'm sure you've got some limitations that you can find ways around or you already have. I can't tell you how many times I talk to a client, and at the beginning of our sessions together, they're almost always fighting for their own limitations. When I mention that they're maybe around them, or that they might be self-imposed limitations, they argue, they fight. Why is it that we want to hold on to these limitations? It's out of fear. It's out of fear that we're going to try something and not be able to achieve it. It's got to be much better not to try, because if we don't try, we won't fail. Only that's incorrect, isn't it? If we don't try, we start out failing. For not even giving things a chance, giving ourselves a chance, we've already missed what we might have gained. So today, I would like you to think about your limitations, the ones that you may have physically. They might be temporary. You might not have strength. You might not be able to do a lot of walking. These aren't necessarily things that you've got to accept for the rest of your life. These can be limitations that are right now. I've seen so many circumstances where people couldn't walk or couldn't do something. And over time, they were able to change that. A lot of these we're able to change through better living. And we should all live well. There are some limitations that we have that we're not going to be able to do anything about, such as if you don't have your eyesight anymore, or you've lost a limb, or you've lost your hearing. But again, these are only limitations to a certain extent. There are other things that we can do to circumvent those. I'm sure you've heard the stories of people who have lost their eyesight only to have their hearing become more acute. This is our brain finding new connections. We have a fabulous brain, and it does that when it's forced to, or when we repeat an activity or a thought consistently. The brain will start to recognize it as normal. So don't fight so hard for your limitations. Be reasonable and expect your current limitations, but don't let them define you. You are not your limitations. You are your possibilities, and your possibilities are great. Have a wonderful day. This is Wendy at Willow in the Wood. Talk to you soon.